If you're having an issue keeping your flow of cap steady in the harsh wasteland of Fallout 76, the most recent update, the Gleaming Depths, may have you covered. Now, this update has added a great new way to farm up a crazy amount of caps and XP. Some of you may have saw the larger YouTubers in the Fallout 76 community talking about this, but a lot of people are missing it, and they keep asking me a quick way to get a decent amount of caps, so I just wanted to talk about this method right here. And again, you're probably doing this right now to knock out Season 19, so you might as well grab some caps while you're at it, and you may not even know that this is a thing now in the game, because they didn't really talk about it, and again, only a few YouTubers I saw have made videos about it. Alright, so this method, like I said, is super simple, and shouldn't take you too long at all to set this up, and like I said, this isn't going to be a pretty short video, relatively speaking, to my other tutorial videos, because isn't really a tutorial, it's just kind of a new thing that you could do, and it's super simple, but you could really do this at any level. I suggest you be at least level 50, because that's the area that you're going to be in. They suggest you be at least level 50, and you're going to be encountering some of the harder-ish enemies in the game for lower levels, so just keep that in mind before you go in, but you could really do this at any level, like I said, and you're only gonna need one specific perk card. You could do this two ways. One of them is a little expert way and will require some other perk cards, but the main way to do this, and really you could do this with just one perk card. That's the mandatory thing. You're going to need one perk card for this to actually work. So what is that mandatory perk card that you need to unlock for this method to actually work, and in order to get a decent amount of caps flowing? Now, that perk card is going to be the Cap Collector perk card, and it is unlocked for 1 point under the luck category. And of course, you'll also want to make sure your luck is as high as possible. In the video, I don't have my luck that high. I believe it's only at 10, but you're going to want to scale it up to 15 and then get some weapons and gear that will boost that. Now, the reason why I say that is because the perks card says that it scales the amount of caps that you find based upon your luck, and that doesn't just mean in stash boxes like it previously did. The newest update that came out with the perk cards that they recently dropped, it changed the way that this perk card works, and it also changed the way that enemy loot pools work. Now, that is extremely important for what you're actually doing in this method, but you're going to need the Cap Collector perk. That is the mandatory perk card that you're going to need, the only one for this method to actually work. Now you're going to want to head over to West Tek. Now that I said West Tek, a lot of your ears probably perked up, and you already know what I'm going to tell you to do. Go to West Tek and start clearing it out. Now, you'll see me start off this little video here by clearing out the front section of West Tek. Once I do that, I go up to an enemy and I search all the nearby bodies, and I collect every piece of loot that that enemy has, just like most hoarders in Fallout do. If you don't have Fallout First, just grab the lots of caps. Now, as you'll see, each lot of caps will be significantly higher than they used to be. Most of the time, they used to drop like 5 to 7 per and everything like that, but now they're dropping a decent amount. They're dropping like anywhere from 7 to fucking 50 per super mutant and everything like that. So it's really, really, really nice. They changed how the dropped loot pools work and everything like that. So it's a lot better now. You'll be able to get a lot more junk and a lot more caps per killed super mutant. Super mutants also have one of the highest drop chances for caps in the game. Basically, I think it's like 1 in every 3 you kill or something will have a set of caps on them, and the Cap Collector perk card just boosts the amount of caps that you get significantly. It's fucking crazy. So Bethesda just entirely changed how the drop rates and the drop pools work when you kill an enemy. Plus, you'll be able to clear out West Tek in a blink of an eye. It's extremely fast. No matter what method you do, you'll be able to max out caps in like 4 hours. It's really nice. I literally did it the other night on live stream. We ran West Tek for 4 hours to get some XP for the season, and we ended up maxing out our caps from all of the drops and everything like that. And then obviously, like I just mentioned, XP. You'll get an insane amount of XP because everyone knows West Tek is the heaven of XP farms, just like I said earlier. Make sure every time you clear a room of enemies, go ahead and collect all the caps from the nearby bodies. So search nearby bodies, pick up the caps, go to the next room, do the same thing, rinse and repeat. There is a little faster way that you could do this though, and I'm sure you probably already know what I'm going to say, but I have to throw it in there for people that don't know. Before we get into this next little faster method, I do have a video on my channel about it already, so I'll link it in the description, but it's pretty simple. So if you want to spice up this method, add a little bit of heat, just farm up some Nuka-nades, equip the Fire in the Hole level 1 perk card, and the Grenadier level 2 or level 1 perk card, doesn't really matter. Level 2 is kind of overkill. You could get away with level 1, doesn't really matter, like I said though. And finally, you're going to want to equip a weapon with the instigating effect, and then obviously back to the perk cards real quick, you're still going to need that cap collector perk card. This is mandatory for basically every single perk or every single cap farm, unless you're running like a luck or charisma build. But I'll have a video on that at a later date once I perfect it, and to see, I'm not sure if they're going to nerf it, to be honest with you. So all you're going to want to do is have the instigating weapon equipped, equip some Nuka-nades, and just simply throw a grenade or two into every single room into West Tek. Run out of the way because the explosions may kill you, especially if you have Grenadier level 2 equipped. But throw a grenade or two into every single room, and then simply as soon as you clear one room, walk in there, go ahead and pick up all the caps by searching all the nearby bodies, and then just go into the basement, wait a minute, kill all the enemies down there, and rinse and repeat. This is a super common way people farm West Tek for XP to get through the seasons faster, but now, by as a byproduct, you could also get a shit ton of caps and a bunch of junk because, like I said earlier, they changed the drop pools in the most recent update for basically how all of the enemies' drop pools work. So it's really nice, and right now you can benefit from a shit ton of caps. This isn't, like I said, the end-all be-all method of caps. This isn't going to make you a bajillionaire in Fallout or anything like that, but you can get max caps in a couple of hours. There are faster methods, but now when you're farming West Tek for the season XP, this is also a byproduct. You could get a shit ton of caps for basically very limited effort if you're doing the Nuka-nade one. If you farm up Nuka-nades, they're easy enough to get, and you just throw them into the room. It's not bad at all. So that is basically it. Either you could just run around West Tek with a melee weapon or your normal gun, kill all of the enemies, and then just search all the bodies, search all the dead mutant corpses and everything like that, and then just mass pick up all of the caps in one fell swoop. It's really easy. Or if you wanted to speed run it a little bit there and also work on your season at the same time, go ahead, pop some lunchboxes, and then just knock it out simply by throwing some Nuka-nades in every single room if you have enough resources to spend on crafting those, I would say, extremely fun grenades. I think they're probably one of the best things Fallout 76 has ever added, but nonetheless, those are really the two methods to do it. This isn't, like I said, the best way to get caps. There are much better ways, I promise you, but this is a great way also to get it. I feel like a lot of YouTubers were kind of overhyping it and saying to go and farm West Tek right away, and you're going to want to spend, and this is basically how you're going to get all of your caps, but this is a really good way to get it nonetheless. It's just not the best way out there. Still wanted to make a little video on it for people that are looking for ways to expand how they get caps every single day, and this is really good because there's no cap on this. You could farm West Tek as much as you want to get as many caps as you possibly can, so you could literally just basically create a bunch of low-level characters, set them up as wheels, and just run West Tek as many times as you can with Nuka-nades because any level could do that. So pretty simple. Nonetheless, two really easy ways to farm up some XP and some caps. Ladies and gentlemen of the Wasteland, we've made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you so much. If you do this method, I suggest you pop some lunchboxes, take an hour, and double up your XP. Simply just farm West Tek for the hour, and I promise you, you'll have a decent amount of caps. In an hour, you can get about 10,000 to 15,000 or 20,000 caps, depending on how high your luck is. I know that's a pretty big range, but in 4 hours, I was able to max out all of my caps when we did it on the live stream and everything like that. So it's a decent way to get Like I said, a decent amount of caps pretty quick. Not the most caps in the entire world, and it's not the best way to farm caps in the Wasteland at all by any means. But like I said, it is a really, really good and easy way, and most people are going to farm it regardless for that XP for the new season 19. So you might as well just double up and get some caps out of it while you can. And before you say anything in the comments, yes, I know luck and charisma builds are better now and are so much better at farming caps than any other way. I promise I do know that. I understand it. I'm not an idiot. Neither are the larger YouTubers. This is just a really nice way that you're able to additionally get some caps while farming out your seasons, and I highly suggest everyone do it. Plus, not everyone is able to just instantly drop all their points into luck and charisma perk cards, because this is also doable for some low levels as long as you have some decent gear. But nonetheless, as always, I just want to say thank you, motherfuckers, for watching this motherfucking video. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the Wasteland in 2025.